Next question is when is the next POCO phone coming? So when is the next POCO phone coming? I think we'll take a small break. Again, like I just said, we just launched the POCO F3 GT. We still have the M3, M3 Pro, X3 Pro, and we recently announced C3 doing 2 million. These are amazing products. They're selling really well. I think each of these products are amongst the best sellers in their price. We'll probably give it a little more time and see when we need to launch, or when we need to probably upgrade one of our existing phones. This is coming from Khatib. When is the office store coming? Well, our office has not been in a good shape because nobody is going to office, and we've not really spent too much time enhancing it. We had massive plans in terms of how we would do the office, and we'd probably be having this, shoot area specially made in the office and things like that. But we've got COVID. The cases even today are 40,000 plus per day. I don't know if it goes up. I hope not. I'm hoping that it goes down. Once COVID is done, we'd love to host a lot of you guys over at our office. I'm sure we would do these mini meets. We need a lot of inputs. Obviously, it's a small team. We are open to as much inputs as we can get. So hopefully after COVID, something in our office, we could have some fun there. Okay, next, moving on to other future plans. And miscellaneous questions. Okay, this is from Shibashish Laha. There's no H. Okay. Are there any plans for a POCO F3 Pro with a Snapdragon 888 or a Dimensity 1300? I don't know if Dimensity 1300 is out yet or not. Snapdragon 888 with a F3 Pro, I would definitely want to do that. Considering we are going after pure performance, I would love to go as high as possible and do a true blue flagship. But we're taking smaller steps. So for example, we finally, after almost 3 years, we have a F series in the country. We are obviously looking at the F3 GT, and we wanted to see how the reaction to the F3 GT would be, and then take a call in terms of do we need to kind of go further and go bigger. Obviously, when you're going with a Snapdragon 888 or a higher performance phone, it's not going to come cheap. But looking at the overall response that we are getting on the F3 GT, it's definitely something that we want to consider going forward. Okay, this is interesting from Anshuman, Hari, Deepak and Surjit. OnePlus Nord 2's battery exploded. What are your views on this? Is this poor quality control? I don't have enough information to be able to comment on this, frankly. Obviously, I'm sure the OnePlus team is doing a great job in managing this. My views on battery exploding. See, all the modern batteries, these are all lithium ion batteries in a polymer shell. These are almost every phone manufacturer, every brand that is using these batteries, especially on these great phones, go through the highest possible quality control. There is minimal to no chance that a battery would explode on its own. A couple of factors that we've seen over the years, and I've seen this across brands, right, which leads to certain kind of a rupture happening. Any small rupture on the battery means the chemicals start mixing, and that's what starts smoking, and hence the fire part of it. It doesn't really explode in terms of a blast, but it catches fire because the chemical reaction is sped up because of the puncture. So mostly the cases would be any external force. If it's a sharp puncture, it will definitely catch, start smoking and accelerate the overall chemical reaction. Any big weight put on it, that will happen. So any external factors basically. The next one could be a faulty charger. So if you start picking up a cable from roadside vendor, and or a fake cable or a fake charger, which is even worse, and that you plug into your phone, you don't know what it's supplying to the power management IC and how much is the IC able to hold out before it starts damaging the battery. So talking about this particular case, I'm sure there are other factors into play. I'm not entirely sure what exactly happened, but I'm sure the quality was pretty good, so there wouldn't have been that problem. Okay, the next one is how to join POCO Community. Okay, so this one is interesting. What we had done is after the M3 Pro launch, we had opened up invites, our applications for the community. Out of that, we basically had to choose people who we thought would really help with the beta testing and things like that. Of course, no selection is 100% right, but we had to take that call. So we went through all the applications manually one by one. So it took us almost some 2-3 weeks to choose the 300 people. Right now we've got these 300 people, or the POCO community founders, who are helping us test this. Be in touch with these guys, because the next section of the beta testers that we will get are going to be invited by the founders. So now the founders will be controlling the POCO community, and they will choose who else joins in phase 2. The whole idea is, let's test every aspect of it. It's a software, and like any software, it can have misses and errors. Let's fix as much as possible before we actually go public, and hopefully in the near future we will also open it up so that everyone can join. At that point, I will probably move the AMA and all our interactions to the POCO community, and I'm sure we'll be able to do a lot more livelier AMA there. Okay. As POCO brings the unexpected features at unexpected prices, can we see telephoto lens under 20K in POCO and 13 MP ultra wide like the X3? Okay, this is from Ritwik. Unexpected features, yes. Unexpected prices, I wouldn't really go for so far as saying unexpected prices. See, I don't think POCO would always be the cheapest of something. I'm sure there are other brands that do that better, but we definitely want to lead on the performance, and in some cases really cool features, like for example the F3 GT having those maglev triggers. I absolutely love that. Or even actually for those people who've got the F3 GT, I don't know if you've got this cable. It's a phenomenally made cable. Okay, I'm just talking about the cable. It's a 6 amp cable, but we'll definitely continue to do that. So about these specific ones, for the camera, we are obviously looking at multiple factors and what we cannot do next year. The focus will be on further improving the camera quality in 2022. Whether it'll be of a particular megapixel count on a telephoto or ultra wide, that I can't comment right now. I guess we'll all find out when that launch happens. Novin is asking, can we expect more flagship phones towards the end of this year? Novin, probably not. We've got X3 Pro and we've got F3 GT. Essentially these are the two phones that we've got. Like I said, for the 888 question, we are considering this. Whether that will happen by the end of this year, I'm not too sure, but we most probably will go further in terms of how much performance we can deliver on our phones. Question from Ritesh, what do you think about a POCO budget gaming laptop? Gaming laptop needs a GPU, and I'm looking at the current GPU prices. I don't think there's anything called budget. A gaming laptop is quite interesting. It's also, I'll have to put together a separate team to manage laptops, because of course that will need that focus. Not right now, but maybe in the future. You never know. Would be definitely interesting to see if we can do a good laptop. May not be budget though, but if you're going for a gaming laptop, the main thing should be that does it perform well. Otherwise you're not here or there. You're not cheap and you're not hitting the mainstream market, but you're not good at gaming as well, so it's in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if that makes too much sense. Ganesh is asking, can you give me a POCO t-shirt? Well, you'll have to join the POCO community for that, and I just told you how to get to the POCO community. So I guess that's all. Thank you so much for joining. I'll have some more questions, and I'm sure you guys can keep sending questions in through the Google form. Do not tweet. It's very hard for the team to read individual tweets and then try and collate this. Use the Google form, keep putting your questions in, and I hope to see you guys in a week or two again. Thanks, take care, bye. And if you can, take care of somebody else as well. Bye now.